Let's get started on our EPP3, question 1. There were 10 oranges and 8 apples. So we have got an orange, we have got an apple, and they are altogether 10 is to 8. So someone has ate 3 apples. So if you have eaten 3 apples, you would have 3 lesser. That gives you 5. And you brought another 5 oranges, which means you have added a 5. That gives you 15 is to 5. Even though they didn't ask you to simplify, so you should know that by right, you are supposed to make sure they are the simplest possible. Divide everything by 5, which gives me a 3 is to 1. Okay, question 1, answer 3 is to 1. Question 2, Susie gave 2/3 of her stickers to Alicia, 1/4 of her stickers to Sarah. Now, these fractions that we have here, they are both talking about Susie, the same person, talking about the same whole. But the only thing is, they are not in the same denominator. Although we are talking about the same person, but they are in different denominator. So it's good to change it into the common denominator first. So 2/3 is actually a total of times 4. Times 4, a common denominator of 8, 12. Whereas for Sarah, it will be multiplied by 3 times to get a total of 312. Okay, so we now know that Alicia is getting 812 and Sarah is getting 312. So there is a fraction that's left, right? You will have a 1 whole minus what was given to Alicia, something that was given to Sarah, which will give you 112 that is left. Okay, 1 whole is the same as 1212. So 1212 minus 812 minus 312 gives you 112. And this 112 you have been told is what is being left. And this 112 is 48. Question is asking how many stickers did she have at first, which means she started off with 12 full units. So how did 1 unit, 48, become a 12 unit? 48 multiplied by 12. It will give you the answer 576 at first. So, learning point over question 2 is this. If we are talking about the same whole, we are talking about Susie in this case, the two fractions that has no similar denominator, change it to the same because they refer to the same person. Okay. During a sale, water bottles are sold in set of 3 for $21.50. If you want to buy 21, okay, so the question is how many set do you need? If you want 21 water bottles and you know that they are sold in sets of 3, let's do a division to find out how many sets we can buy. So we can actually buy 7 sets altogether. Okay, now you know that 1 set costs you $21.50. So we are only buying a total of 7 sets, which is equals to 21 water bottles, right? So 21 sets will give us $21.50 times 7, which is a total of $150.50. Okay, it's a very simple set question. Alright, now let's go on to question 4. Question 4 says this. You're going to have a group of boys sharing some marbles among themselves. The problem is you don't know how many boys there are in this group. So they have given you 2 different clues. It's like clues to a puzzle. Now the first clue says this. If each of them takes 8 marbles, there are 5 marbles left. So we don't know how many boys there are altogether. We know that there could be 1 boy. Maybe there could be 2 boys. Maybe 3 boys. Maybe 4 boys, maybe 5 boys altogether, maybe 6 boys altogether, 7, could be 8 boys, could be 9 boys, or could be 10 boys. Okay, so this is the number of boys. Let's just put a title over here. Okay, let's start with the first clue. If they say each of them takes 8 marbles, so if I only have 1 boy in a group, I will only be giving 8. If I have 2 boys in a group, I will be giving 16 in total, 8 times 2. If I have 3 boys in a group, I will be giving 24 in total. So you notice I'm just merely listing out the multiples of 8. 6 boys, I will have 48. 7 boys, I will have 56. 62. Is it 62? 64. I will also have 72. And I'll have 80. But that's not all. They say that if each of them takes 8 marbles, there are 5 marbles left. So we need to account for the 5 extra marbles. If there's only one boy, so we have given out 8. Which means that at the start, there were altogether 13 marbles. If we gave out 16 because there were 2 boys, it means that there are 5 marbles left. At the beginning, I had 21. Okay. If I had 3 boys, that means I have given out 24 in total. I will have 5 left. 24 plus 5 gives you 29. So I'm going to do this for the pattern, and the pattern is going to continue, adding a 5 extra on top of the number, 69, 79, and 85. Okay, now I'm done with the first clue. Now we're going to look at and try using the second clue now. I'm looking at the second clue. Now the second clue says, what about if each boy takes 10 marbles? So instead of taking 8, now they are taking 10. If I have 2 boys, I will be taking 20 in total. I have 3 boys, it will be 30 in total. 4 boys, 40. 5 boys, 50. 6 boys, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. Okay? But that's not all. They say that if you are going to give them 10 marbles each, you will be short of 15 marbles. 10, you can't minus a 15, so there's no number here. But if you give out a total of 20, because there are 2 boys, 10 plus 10, you will be short of 15, which means actually you only have 5 at the beginning. Okay? Now, if you give out 30, which means you are short of 15 marbles, that means you only have 15 in the first place. If you give out 40, you will actually only have 25 because you are short of 15. So if you do continue the pattern this way, you will get a pattern like that. 45, 55, 65, 75, and 85. Okay? Now our job is to find out which exactly is the number of marbles that we have. Okay? First of all, let's take a look. We have a common number here, 45 and 45. But there's a problem here. 45 appears in 2 different rows. The first 45 here appears in 5 boys, but whereas the 45 here appears in the 6th boy. So this is not a very good answer. Let's look for the next possible number. I'm looking at 85. Okay, 45 cannot. Now 85, something is very amazing about 85. 85, number 1, both number matches. Number 2, they are all talking about the 10th boy. And the 10th boy gave us a total of 85 marbles in the first clue, 85 marbles in the second clue. So when they ask how many boys there are in the group, the answer has to be 10. It cannot be 5 or 6, so it has got to be 10. Okay? Okay, let's move on. Question 5. Mr. Raju wants to build a fence around his rectangular garden, which measures 25 meters by 15 meters. Now, usually when it comes to this kind of area and parameter, what will help is a picture. Sometimes they'll be very nice to you, they draw a picture for you, sometimes they won't. So it's good to be drawing a picture to tell yourself, okay, what is the dimension, what is the length, what is the breadth. You are going to build a fence. You know you don't build a fence inside the field, but you build it around. So the keyword around tells you I'm very interested in parameter. Okay, so what is the parameter over here? We can say that the parameter is 25 plus 15 plus 25 plus 15, which gives us a total of 80 meter. Okay, so again, I have no units. I don't put the units over here as well. Now, they say that each meter is going to cost $18. So 1 meter is going to cost you $18 to build. You have a total of 80 meters, which means that you will probably need to times this by 80 times in order to get you the total cost to build the fence around the field. 144 0. Okay. Question 6. Question 6, Anne and Ryan had $455 at first. Now, another meaning for at first would mean before. Okay. Then after that, something happens. After Anne's mother gave her $37 more, Ryan spent half. They both had the same amount of money. So this happens after. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the model for after. Because it's easy for me to draw. Right? I have both people and I have Ryan as well. After everything, so much things that happened, Anne ended up with same amount of money. Ryan also ended up with same amount of money. Okay. Now some of you have a tendency to want to draw the before at a different section. Now my personal suggestion is, if possible, especially if it involves changes, it might be good to use back the same model to go back time. So now I'm very interested to go back time. I want to go to what happened before. Okay, we're going to find out things that happened. Anne's mother gave her $37. Now take a look at Anne. This box over here represents Anne after she got $37 from the mother. Which means if I want to go back time, I want to go back to before, Anne actually only has this portion here. Because what happened before? She didn't receive the $37 from the mother. So what she had was the shaded part over here only. That was before. Now let's take a look at Ryan. Ryan spent half of his money on a bag. So this was what happened to Ryan after. Which means that before that, Ryan actually had more money. In fact, Ryan had double. And because he had double, he spent half of it. That's why when we talk about after, he only had 1 unit left. But before that, he had actually got 2 units. Okay. Now, the question says this. Anne and Ryan had $455 at first. I said at first means before. So that means at first they had $455. Okay. Now, this is 1 unit. A very nice unit. This is also 1 unit, which is a very nice unit. Now, the problem lies with N. You notice N over here, it is not a proper unit. Because when we talk about N before, we are talking about the shaded part, excluding the 37. So how then can we make this N into 1 unit proper? What we can do is to add this $37 inside the total first. Okay, which gives us a total of $492. Okay, now that we added this $37, it means that this 1 unit below, this 1 unit here, and the 1 unit on top gives us a total of 3 units, because now that the unit on top is a proper unit, and this 3 units gives us 492. Okay, let's look for 1 unit first, which is a 492 divided by 3 gives you 164. Question is asking how much money did N have at first. Now, N is only this shaded portion. Remember, the 164 is a proper unit, which consists of the whole entire unit here. So to find out what exactly is that shaded part, we have to take away 164 minus away the 37. That was the $37 before the mom gave her. You will have the answer $127.